Miss this episode and you'll regret it for the rest of the cycle. Right now, while Bitcoin bleeds and the majors fake strength, tiny alts are going absolutely ballistic. We're seeing 10x moves overnight and some of the strongest charts of the year igniting as we speak. If you're not watching this, you're already behind. Today I'm kicking off with Solana's fastest daily runners, then breaking down the biggest momentum plays across small and mid-cap memes, ICMs and utility alts, all with real-time charts and sniper setups. This is your edge if you actually want to catch the next 100x before it trends. Do me a favor, press that like button, let's get on to it. Here we are, friends, starting the show with a 2.5x that I nailed yesterday on the charts with Hello Kitty. Kitty bounced quite nicely. As I said, you guys need to follow people like Art School Reject on X because she's the main reason why I think this thing is going to work out. Here's what I think. I think this is going to print a higher low, maybe it comes a little bit deeper, and then it continues. I hope 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥 gives me a chance to actually scoop between here, but it bounced off the first line. I actually grabbed this thing at the bottom, pickle bottom, and I'm up quite nicely on the daily. And yeah, I hope I can catch a little bit more of this. This was an amazing trade yesterday, and I think it's going to continue and it's going to do very well. This is a trend, I think, on all of social media where men, for some reason, are using Hello Kitty. But anyways, this I think gives me 𝗘𝗑𝗧𝗏 vibes, pre-𝗘𝗑𝗏. Then we have, of course, 𝗘𝗑𝗏, which is now entering my buy zone. Okay, I'm interested in 𝗘𝗑𝗏 right here. Before the move, this was the resistance. It then sort of turned into support, and I think this is when you start accumulating this coin. This is another major trend. One of my business partners is buying a 𝗘𝗑𝗏 for his girlfriend, and I think everyone is excited about this major trend outside of crypto Twitter and crypto, and this is why the coin is doing so well. And so I have to buy some more of this. I didn't take this as seriously as I should or do any research. I was just looking at the charts, and this is why it's important to always do research. This one I think has a ton of potential. I'm looking to grab here, and then my major buy zone will be between 17 and 13 if we get there. But at 29.56, that's when I'm going to start buying this. On to the next, we have AuraFarm. Look, we have to talk about memes that are exploding right now with huge potential, but we have to talk about ones with potential. And AuraFarm is one of those with 10 out of 10 potential, because this is also a major meme that everyone knows on TikTok, etc. They are branding themselves also as anime. Remember last cycle where we had anime coins like Saitama go to $1 billion market cap? I think this is a very smart move on their side, and this is also why I'm bullish AuraFarm. I think this has a ton of potential. My first target is going to be still that 9x at 7.63 million, but if we reach there, I'm going to rechart and try and see new all-time highs. I do think this thing is going to hit all-time highs. Throughout all the chop, all this BTC chop, it just went sideways and it kept reaffirming its structure. So one of the most bullish meme coins out there on the market for sure. So this is why I grabbed AuraFarm today. Then we have 𝗘𝗫𝗏. 𝗘𝗫𝗏 is approaching our buy zone that I've been saying for like over a week. I was telling everyone, do not buy here. This is a top. This is where you start buying. It already, if you had limit orders, it already touched that 40.87 million market cap zone, which was the previous top. So the price almost always goes into that bullish fair value gap, which was previous resistance, and turns the resistance into support, which is also a bullish signal that we have very healthy chart. And I do think it's going to touch there again, maybe even pull a little bit deeper. So if you want like a tiny alt cap that has some good liquidity and not a very high market cap, this is the one. We were trading this from the bottom, and I think we will catch the next move. Look, if you look at the entire structure of this chart, this was wave 1, this was wave 2, and eventually we're going to get a wave 3. And my gut instinct, just from looking at the chart, wave 3 should hit 200 million market cap at least. So position yourself on this and you will not regret it. Also important, from the previous top until the actual start of the move, it took 66 days. So I would expect from this top until the next top, I would expect us to wait at least until August for a new all-time high when it comes to 𝗘𝗫𝗏. At least August, because I think it's very likely that we see something like this and then bam. That said, the market can switch, BTC can flip bullish again, and things might happen a lot more aggressively and a lot faster than we think. So it's important to start positioning now. Then we have AWR, another one very similar to AuraFarm that has simply maintained structure. I'm so bullish this one. This is a community that has no KOLs behind them. They don't give supply to anyone. They're a legit meme We were buying here at 800K, and we still haven't hit our target of 10x, but if there's a meme coin that is under everyone's radar, tiny market cap, that will pull that 10x, that 20x to 20 million market cap, it's this one. And while the entire market was correcting, it sort of just went there to that 3.47 million market cap line and bounced perfectly, while a lot of these other memes didn't bounce. And I think now it's going to continue, and it's going to go into 10 million and then eventually 20 million market cap. Now on to the next. Daily runners, we have Prompt. Prompt is back on my target, okay? This one I'm very bullish. I'm going to buy some here because I think the structure of this chart is amazing. This is one of the best looking charts, especially since the Bitcoin correction, and it's showing amazing strength. And to me, the target is just going to be straight to all-time highs. That's where I think you can probably triple, quadruple your money here on something like Prompt. It's part of this entire ICM utility meta, so it's a little bit different than the other meme coins. And you should have meme coins, but you should also have utility plays. You should have like 𝗘𝗫𝗏. You should also have some ICMs, which are the brand new narrative, and you should have a little bit of a mix in your portfolio. But Prompt is looking quite nicely. Then we have House. Now, House is at like the perfect place to accumulate. Perfect. Chart-wise, this is when you buy. Look, previous low, and now what we're doing is a higher low, as I wrote here. It's just a higher low. After this higher low, I think we probably correct back into the 72 to 47 million market cap range. This is where you have a lot of liquidity. The people who are going to buy here are probably going to sell some here if they buy with size, because essentially they're going to double their money, so probably take some profits. And then after we break through the 72, we will stay here in the 86 to 72. There's going to be some trapped liquidity from people that were buying here, that bought these FOMO candles. They might want to exit some here, and then it's straight to all-time highs. And as I said, the third wave is probably going to be 200 million market cap when it comes to Housecoin. If you want to buy something where you're not going to 10x, but you're going to get something very close to a 10x, just chart-wise, that's what it looks like to me. You have Housecoin at 35 million market cap with good liquidity. You can enter this one with size. It's one of the best recent new memes. And if you want something that can do an 7 to 8x with good liquidity, here you have House. Now on to the next. This one is one of the most important ones, okay? SPX. SPX right now is looking, I think, even more bullish than Fartcoin, to be completely honest. And if it flips, if it actually goes to all-time highs, it's going to have a deeper liquidity. Look at the liquidity on Fartcoin, 21 million. Liquidity on SPX is 60. It's probably going to have a deeper liquidity than Fartcoin. And that means basically Fartcoin is no longer going to be the leading meme coin, and SPX will start being the leading meme coin of all meme coins. This is going to be the leading signal for risk. So congrats to Murad for all the work he's been doing on SPX. It's looking beautiful. It's looking like it's going to print a massive cup and handle. It's going to go to all-time highs and then bounce back to like 1.28, 1.21 and print something like a cup and handle pattern, and then move on to 2 billion and higher. And so if you want to like double your money, if you want to get a good, say 50% trade in with size, with a deep liquidity pocket, you have SPX. Now, for the people trading the higher risk stuff, you need to keep an eye on this, because when this thing starts moving, when it breaks the 1.21 billion market cap line, which was this previous resistance, it's essentially going to signal, yeah, I'm going to go to all-time highs. And that means all these other meme coins that we've been talking about will explode. Same thing goes for Fartcoin. It bounced off the most important line, which is this 1 billion market cap line. It's this mental line, ones and zeros, fives and zeros, twos and zeros are these mental levels. It just bounced off of that. It was previous support. It was also previous resistance last year. And once we start seeing it go again and try and break that 1.5 billion market cap line, which is major resistance twice, it's going to signal to all these other mid-cap alts and meme coins like 𝗘𝗫𝗏, like House, like 𝗘𝗫𝗏𝗧, etc. Oh, okay, risk is on. And then this is when all of them start going up with a ton of motion. Then we have Launchcoin. Launchcoin bounced pretty much perfectly from that level that got touched 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. I did say this is like the perfect entries between 108 and 84. Only if you had limit orders on Axiom, you would have been able to scoop a little bit below the 108 million market cap zone. And it bounced quite nicely from these lows. It bounced 33%. So if you're watching my show and you want to buy ICMs, you should be up at least 30% plus. I honestly don't think Housecoin is going to go back here. I think if it pulls back, it prints a higher low and then it reaccumulates here before it continues. But I do think it's still a good buy here at 146. Don't fade a brand new meta. People that are going to fade the ICM meta are the same people that faded the AI agent meta. This is the new AI agent meta, okay? Launchcoin or Believe. So don't fade this, because smart money is accumulating this. If you look at all the metrics, all the biggest, smartest wallets are accumulating this. Now on to the next, we have DUPE. This one I'm down on, but I do think it's a good buy here at 10 million. It Actually, there's a whale that destroyed this chart and actually sent the chart back to the previous resistance from the first daily candle. I was not expecting it to go this low. I don't think anyone was, but this is why you always have to look at the worst possible case scenario when it comes to meme coins and ICMs and anything on chain. I think 10 million is a good buy, and I do think that this thing is going to go, and it's going to go to 80 million. So if you want to get like a good liquid 8x, if you believe Launchcoin is going to bounce, DUPE will follow, and it's just going to be the same thing as Launch, but it's going to act as leverage almost. So I think these two, when it comes to ICMs, are the ones you need to pay attention, DUPE and Launchcoin. If you believe Launchcoin is going to make all-time highs, then DUPE will follow. Then we have 𝗵𝗔𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗘𝗥, bounce off that line. Remember 3-4 days ago I was saying don't buy here at 255, wait for 183. It got touched there, almost touched that perfectly. You should have stacked some limit orders on Axiom a little bit above, and it's bouncing now very nicely. And I think 𝗵𝗔𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥 is one of those that retail just loves. After the 255 million line gets broken and maybe turns into support, I think honestly there's not much resistance here. I think we're going to go very fast to all-time highs. So another one, deep liquidity. It's listed on all these exchanges. So if you want a liquid coin that you can trade with size, this is the one. It's at a good level. It just now bounced from the 183 million market cap zone. This is a good coin to buy, a great meme coin to buy. Now on to the next, we have WIF. WIF found resistance here at 1.39 billion market cap line, which was support all throughout July and August, September 2024. Once this line gets broken, once the market shifts, we need to see BTC either go sideways or bounce back. Once that happens, I think next time it will break through and it's going to go and pull that 7x into this trend line of resistance, which is it's basically like 3 billion market cap line. And that's what I think it's going to happen. It's going to go in 3x fast. And then the only other line of resistance is 4.95 billion market cap, because it was resistance twice. And so it's going to be probably a third time. But these are the only 3 lines of resistance for WIF. And then it's back to all-time highs. Is it a good buy here? I think so. It's a good buy. Is it a perfect buy? No, the perfect buy would be a comeback to at least 600 million, 500 million. That would be the perfect buyback, but he should have been here 2 months ago when BTC was at 70k for that. So if you want to enter WIF, yeah, start accumulating here. Anything below 1.39, honestly, when it comes to WIF, I think is just a buy, accumulate, and then wait a year, wait 6 months. And I think this thing could definitely pull a 10x. If you want to trade with size, it could definitely pull a 10x to 10 billion market cap. And I really do believe that WIF can go that high. Then we have PopCat, bounced off that line kind of perfectly. And I think now it's going to go from 348 and basically almost double to 653 million market cap. This resistance, I don't think it's going to be broken at the second try. I think it will find resistance, maybe pull back a little bit more, and then maybe the third attempt it actually breaks through. Why? Because after this resistance, there's not going to be much resistance all the way into all-time highs. So your time to accumulate PopCat is anywhere between 300 and 650. And this is going to be like a big accumulation zone. It's already turned into a big accumulation zone. We've been here since April. And then once we break it, my friends, do not be surprised if this thing turns into a rocket ship. Finally, the 15th and last chart is PER on Hyperlquid, also bouncing nicely. Okay, this is very healthy bounce. It's signaling us that Hyperlquid meme season is going to start soon. Grab the #1 Hyperlquid meme if you have Hyperlquid. Okay, this will outperform Hyperlquid. All other chains that performed well, their meme coin, their premier meme coin, outperform the chain by 10 to 100 fold. So with Hyperlquid, it's not going to be different. Grab the first Hyperlquid meme. I've been saying this since 41 million market cap. It's essentially like almost a free 10x to all-time highs. So I just walked you guys through the exact levels, the setups, the rotations that smart money is targeting, while the rest of the market is basically chopping and bleeding, especially big altcoins. These tiny caps are moving fast, and the next 10x, 50x, even 100x moves will go to traders who are positioned early, not late. But here's the truth. If you're still trading blind without Axiom, you're leaving money on the table. You need filters, you need wallet tracking, you need sniper entries, the tools that all the pros use. And Axiom gives you that edge. And if you want to join my free private group that we are building, that's your ticket in. So catch these moves while they're still early. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow with more alpha and with more charts. Thank you very much.